I'm sick. I played so many fucking shitty hacks that I made myself sick. So today, let's take a little break. Let's play something a little bit different. This is K-16 Story of Steel. It's emphatically not the kind of hack that I usually play. Right now it's one of the most popular and well-regarded hacks on the Central. In fact, when it was released, it was met with universal acclaim, and it was one of the first to be featured using the Central's newest system. With talk like that, you'd half expect this to be the next second reality project, but we'll see how that holds up, alright? Yeah, probably just a story of shit. Why does K-16 look so goofy on the title screen, like she's on a fashion runway or something? I'm not gonna say much about the plot. Black holes, universal destruction, yada yada yada, sci-fi stock at its finest. K-16 the robot has to go into space to stop it all. Yeah, if you didn't know, K-16 is supposed to be a cyborg, not just a little girl. Yep, cyborg. Can't you just tell by The game is supposedly a sequel to Sakari, another game that the author made a few years ago, but it has just about nothing to do with Sakari herself. The only reason it stars K-16 is because Sakari is a human and can't go to space. You can go see her in her bedroom, just sitting there. Just listen to her. I wish I could go. I wish I could go. Maybe you should put on a spacesuit and get out of that room, you lazy bitch. But alright, let's cut the crap. This hack isn't all that bad. All that praise didn't come from nowhere after all. It's a fairly original and interesting hack that's worth checking out. But if I do know one thing, it's that the difficulty is legendary. It's hard as fuck, and it will break you. In the first stage, K-16 is trying to get onto a spaceship, and you'd think the first level would be pretty straightforward, but no, it's a gauntlet. There's spikes and falling platforms everywhere. It's like this is some kind of Spartan game. You know what the Spartans did to their infant children? They gave them hard liquor, and if they couldn't take it, they threw them off a cliff. Your main weapon is a gun, but it's just about useless. You might as well forget about it, because 9 times out of 10 it won't do anything. And it's supposed to be K-16's main attack. A lot of times you'd think it'd be the only feasible way to kill things, but almost all the enemies in this game won't die from your lasers. Like, look at this. These 2 spiky enemies are in the way. You can't jump on them, so you're supposed to shoot them, right? Wrong. Shoot them all you want, they don't die. This is such a load of shit. If this is supposed to be your primary attack, then why is it so weak? What, even this little guy is immune? It's just like a fucking hamster or something. See that look on his face? It's like he's saying, fuck you. Because they truly might as well have given K-16 a pop gun. I mean, what a joke! The saddest thing is, this is a hack released last year. Many, many years after a certain other hack that had a space chick with a laser gun in it. Yet there's still the same problem with the fucking gun? Are you kidding me? What about deadly space lasers don't you understand? You shoot a beam, and any little thing that happens to get in the way is torched, decimated, obliterated! What about these hacks? It just keeps them from giving such a little simple satisfaction of watching a thing go poof, blow up. What don't you get? I'm dead serious. And worse yet, the gun makes a sound like a fart filtered through a piccolo. Now let's talk about this thing. This is the most useless power-up you'll ever see. What does it do? Basically, it changes K-16's colors. That's all it's for. Now, I have played an earlier version of K-16 where you couldn't shoot lasers unless you had it, but in the actual release, you can shoot lasers anytime. Why is it still around? Get rid of it! In fact, when you have the other main power-up, which turns you into a fox, if you get this one, it takes the power away. Why would they let that happen? That's not a power-up, it's a power-down! The creator has actually tried to explain this by saying it's in the game, so if you have the Fox and you want to change back to the lasers, you can do that without any trouble. My response to that is, why would you want to change back to the lasers if they don't do jack shit? Never expect a message box to help you in any way. All they do is tell you about the planets, and not even in ways that give you hints or tell you how to play the game. It's just stuff like pink crystals can only be found on this planet, or only aliens can survive here. Or my personal favorite about how comfy the star pod is. Yeah, when aliens are shooting at you and you're in this thing you don't know how to control, I'm sure this little tidbit is going to work wonders on your chances of survival. As for the things you need to know, like the fact that K-16 can wall jump, you're left in the dark. Right here in the first fucking level, there's this part where you can jump and jump till the end of time, but you'll never make it up. You aren't going to get any further until you figure out you can wall jump. It wouldn't be that much of an issue if they just explained it in the game, but instead, they just thought, let's leave the players in the dark and let them figure it out themselves. They're real men, they can muscle through it. Hey, instead, let's tell them about the pink crystals. You like pink crystals? You like pink fucking crystals? Yeah, it's just useless trivia. It doesn't even leave an impression. They might as well just say, the capital of Uzbekistan is Tashkent. And of course, the game just gets harder and harder and harder. Here in this part, I'm trying to get through this narrow passageway, but there's this flaming VHS tape coming at me. K-16 can't spin jump, so I shit you not, there is no way to get past it without taking damage. You can try to run back and let it leave, but by the time you've lured it all the way out, you've gone just far enough back for another one to respawn. No matter how hard you try, you have no choice but to get hurt. There's a space stage too, with this weird gravity effect just to fuck with your head, and it doesn't even feel like you're really in space. You just walk painfully slow and jump obscenely high. You'd never understand how annoying this is until you just played it yourself. Then you get to this rainbow level, and there's lightsabers and death blocks everywhere. If you touch anything, you take a hit. And there are all these conveyors too. They went way overboard with these things. They put them everywhere. On the ground, in the air, on the walls, on the ceiling, and no matter where they are, they fuck you up! Like here, there's this asshole throwing energy balls, and to dodge him you need to be precise. But whenever you jump, you hit the conveyors on the ceiling and they push you back so you fall down on the projectiles! That's fucking bullshit. Did they really feel the need to be this cruel? There are no words to describe the ungodly evil of this stage. It's like the donut stages from Sky Goes to Town, but on steroids. And that was already hard enough, like driving a car through a sticker bush without scratching the paint. But this somehow managed to make it harder. With all those conveyors and moving parts, you don't even get a place to stay still and think out your next move. So imagine if while you're driving that car, there are assholes with fire hoses just spraying you all over the place, scooting you around. You'd never make it. Could you ever imagine getting through this without taking a hit somewhere? It's not humanly possible. Also, I must mention that when you're going left on a conveyor, you can't jump! Why is that? They try to explain it with this one-way gravitational field. Yeah, my ass has a one-way gravitational field. Then there's these guys that throw magical feather dusters or something. These are the devil's harbingers. Wherever they go, they bring nothing but misery and pain. Look at all the projectiles you have to dodge. There's no opening, and it's not like they're ever going to stop throwing them. You usually can't shoot at them either. So again, you have to take a hit. I'm not kidding around when I say this is one of the harshest games I've ever played. It's up there with Sky Goes to Town and O Ninja Negro. Yeah, I really just said that. And you'd think that extended life meter would help you, but it doesn't. You'll forget you have it. Everywhere you go, something kills you. Most of the time you spend playing this game will be spent dying. I just don't get this. This hack could have been so awesome, but the difficulty is just too high! Why did they make it so fucking frustrating? And it's not even like the difficulty increases, like in the second Reality Project, yeah, a good hack, where it starts off easy and works up toward the harder stuff. K-16 is brutal right off the bat. It starts off hard, and it never gets any easier. So this is the first boss, an alien named Titan. It's essentially the same boss battle as the May from Holly and Lolita World. It's not especially hard, except jumping on him is some kind of crapshoot. Unless you do it exactly the right way at exactly the right time, you get hurt, like he attacked you! K-16 only has so much life, in fact way less than the boss does, so if you don't get lucky, you aren't going to live through the fight. What a bunch of cockadookie. This isn't fair. It's not like he's attacking me, I'm jumping on him! And I didn't run into this kind of issue with the May. Why is this even happening? I'm honestly giving this everything I've got, but I can't win. And the saddest thing is, the next two bosses actually aren't near as hard to fight as the first, just because of that. They're hard, but they're not bullfuck. And yes, there is indeed a difference. Hard, bullfuck. Well, once you beat them and get through everything, then there's the final world, where you're in a warship called the Red Fang. Needless to say, it's hard as shit. There's this elevator stage where your gun is even more useless because the ground comes up and destroys your lasers before they can fly the length of a mosquito's leg hair. Come on, I can't even shoot this one guy, not unless I get right up next to him, you motherfucker! Then they start throwing a spotlight effect at you so you can't even see what's killing you. Wait a second. Is that Billie Jean? It is. They're playing Billie Jean. I'm infiltrating a giant warship of doom, about to face an evil villain with the intent of destroying the universe. And the music they picked is Michael Jackson. There are a few more stages, all of which make you want to pull your balls out by the roots, and then it's time for the final boss, Scarlet the Vampire. It's not especially hard, but it takes till the fucking apocalypse. You jump and shoot over and over and over. But you never have any idea of how close you are to killing her. It desensitizes you. Like, I don't even know if I'm doing anything. Is there something else I'm supposed to be doing here? Oh god, yes. Finally. Scarlet repents, K-16 gets out of the ship, and it all ends with a boom! So, that's K-16. It's an interesting specimen, but it's not easy. I'm not saying you shouldn't play it, but if you do, you better be fucking hardcore. And you know, in the end, this really reminds me of something. The whole idea of a 2D platforming game about a girl with a mysterious past, traveling from planet to planet and learning about her surroundings, jumping around in zero gravity, shooting at aliens and evil robots, collecting gems, and trying to stop the universe from being destroyed, it all seems familiar. Too familiar. If only I could remember the game. I don't know, something from 2001? I think it was Conker's Bad Fur Day. This has been the Hacker signing off, and if you make a hack, don't make a crapsack hack.